Hello, hello, everyone. Today I'm doing what I believe will be my final Halloween mani. I'm using some fun sets. I don't think this is anything like that unique. I've seen a lot of people do the sub box from the October sub box with the Nightmare Land overlay, and I love that combo. So that's what we're doing today. And on my last mani, I did successfully try Peely. Where I went wrong was so I have an extra mat that I like to put my trash on, and I put it above, and I think that's not gonna work for me. Let's see. Maybe if it's, like, right above? It's, like, distracting me. Let's see how close I can get it without you guys all seeing my pile of trash. Okay, let's just try that. Grab my cuticle pusher. I don't remember what I was saying now. I interrupt myself so much. It's a problem. Anyway, I think so the color play set I'm using is Next Realm, and I think it's one that's probably too wild for me to wear normally. Maybe not, but I mean, anything glow in the dark always just screams Halloween to me. And then what I'm using right here is Potion Perfection, which was this last year's DIY? I think so. It's a pretty bright purple, and I thought it matched really well with the colors of Next Realm. I thought it might kind of give it some nice balance, like a good calming measure to the Next Realm craziness, which is pretty, like I like it. Oh yeah, okay, I used Pilly on my last one successfully, the secret, which thank you to those who chimed in on my fail video of that, said you can't put it with any kind of nail strengthener, and I had heard that. I know I've heard it before, but listen, I just experiment and don't follow directions, I guess. Anyway, I had forgotten about it. So, but it worked much better over a bear now, and I kinda wanted to test to see how long it would last, but I really didn't like that the Halloween mani I did on the last one, the last video I did. It wasn't my favorite, so I peeled it off last night. We're gonna do this one, and today we're 6 days out from Halloween, so that's pretty over that. So I did it over the Color Street Nail Strengthener, so it will stick and hold really well. Nightmare Land is such a it's just a good one, I like it a lot. And I might just finish off I haven't opened the black French tip portion of it yet, but the overlay, I think I may actually finish this off today. We'll see how it goes. If I don't finish it, I'll have just a few strips left because I've used it on, I think this is the second mani I've used it on for Halloween. Okay, my mat being closer, much better. I just had it like too far away. Ooh, my pinky's kind of long right now. Usually I could get away with. Just kind of stretch it. Oh, yeah, it's not quite long enough. I thought about trimming this pinky back, and I was like, meh, just roll with it. I can always clip it after, or that's probably what I'll do. So you can see there's just that little bit of peeking, the purple. I think I'll probably trim it. I could also try to like patch it with another bit of Nightmare Land, and maybe I will do that. But okay, I wish I had little alien nail decals. I've seen some super cute, like if you had like little saucers, and then you could put any kind of little animal or human or whatever, like getting beamed up. I've seen people do that. Not my idea, but very, very cute and creative. I don't have a huge decal collection. working on it, I guess, but the thing is you search for those and you can just go crazy getting all sorts of decals. So we haven't been to any Halloween events, but we do have our church, like, trunk or treat this week, and then, of course, Halloween, going out trick or treating with the kids. And I know I've mentioned it before, but we live in a super fun neighborhood. Like, people get into it. Lots of really cool decorations. And I feel a little bit bad because, like, I'm all for holidays, a lot of fun, but I also try to keep my life simple. And so the thought of having lots of Halloween decorations, like, I decorate for Christmas. I don't have a ton of things, but it's like it's kind of a lot for for me. I do kind of go out on that one. Not I don't have yard stuff, but I decorate my home, and even still, it's only like a tote, and then we have a Christmas tree, an artificial one, and then I have one of those like nostalgia ceramic Christmas trees with all the little colorful light bulbs because my grandma had one, she has one. And just playing with hers has like the little bulbs, you can take them out and rearrange them, and just playing with that as a kid, and it just makes me happy. So I happened to see them at Walmart, and the bulbs don't come out, and it's not as cool, but it just like it's one of the it just gives me good feelings. So and that's pretty big. So we have that, and then I think we have one smallish tote that's just full of ornaments. I think that's all my Christmas, but even that is just feels like a lot to get it all up and clean it all up after. Anyway, so I'm kind of a bum that way, and my poor kids are like, "Mom, we should have decorations." I'm like, "Well, should we get rid of some of your toys? We have room to store." And I think at first my 8-year-old daughter, she was kind of like, "No," and then she's like, "Wait, yeah, I'm willing to get rid of." I'm like, "No, that's not the answer I wanted." Anyway, I appreciate the people who do decorate and make it fun, and I'm a bum. This is pretty on the colors. This one will be a fun one to wear. Anyway, I'm hoping this will just last through Halloween, and then I'm actually craving something pink and sparkly. We'll see if that craving is still there, but I did pull out, what is it, Midnight Kiss? It's a pink with like really magical glitter dip. I want to say it was from one of their anniversary collections, but I don't know for sure. Let's see, and we want to flip. Oh, let's see. So I put the tree here. I should have thought about which way. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter because we were doing it two-sided. So which way do I want it? Because you've got more of a tree here, and then this is more of like the tip of a tree. You probably want the tree. I'm only doing one nail of this design, so with like where it's really light in the middle. And my last Halloween Manny fun to create, it was the one that I did. Oh, I can't remember the names of the sets. But I did glow in the dark, but the glow in the dark kind of failed. And I have also seen this around, but forgot about it. Oh man, this is gonna matter that it's not quite, because this has so much shimmer to it. You are gonna be able to tell that it's not. I used my big strips of this already. Well, anyway, the orange blocked most of the glow. It's still, if I like really charged it up, I could see it a little bit, but it was kind of like disappointing. And the Manny was just not my style, slash, it felt kind of ugly to me. I was like, let's move on. Life's too short. I am gonna kind of patch that side just because I feel like I'm sure I'm just no one else is gonna notice, but whatever. I feel like it's more glaring when you're, oh, that patched really nice. Like if you have a little bit of bare nail, that's kind of like normal happens, even with like wet polish or whatever. But when you've got a color there, I just really gonna bother me. So maybe the next one I'll patch the sides first, because then you get a smoother look if you lay these kind of little mini strips down first. Okay. Ooh, that's super fun. That's amazing. Hopefully it's focusing. I love that. Okay, that's super fun. All right, so I said I was gonna patch, so let's use, it's hard for me to gauge, like to pre-cut. I can probably use the spit. Maybe I should just do it the way I did it. I think it worked out fine instead of experimenting. This is a way I've done many times. If you have, especially if you have a glitter, a lot of the texture, I don't know. If it has like, if it's a solids, you're gonna see the lines, right? But if you have something that's got glitter or something to it, patching on the sides is gonna make you're gonna be able to have that wide strip. Make your strip wider. You cover your nail. And I've done that trick a lot because I have wider nail beds. Looks like just about covered on that side. It's always possible that you have different size nails, and I almost feel like my left one was larger. That's kind of funny because this one seemed to get better coverage. So I think I'm only gonna patch on this side. This is why I like the mats because I'm sticking that little bit down up here, and it's not pretty to look at, but sometimes you like I need to just patch a little bit and then I can still grab that piece easily off. It's not going to stick to the mat. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that worked pretty good. All right. Now, seeing this one's going to be a little short side to side because a lot of times I'll combine two sets. So I have two wider, two of the second thumb strips to do the ring in the middle. That wasn't too bad. This one's a little bit narrower than my ring, but I have used all the big strips of Nightmare Land and Perfect Potion. Oh, Potion Perfection. I do have a thumb strip randomly. I don't remember what it was I did that I was left with one thumb strip of it. Um, so I could have used that like on one side, but then it's not long enough to do my other side as well. So this little part right here, this is the part that I thought looked like a little dog and a, did I say owl on my unboxing? I don't remember, but it does totally look like an alien too. And I feel like you could almost, let's see, I better put it this way so I can keep that on my nail. Because I did, yeah, I did this side on the other one. We'll do this one here. I think this is going to provide good entertainment if I'm sitting anywhere just waiting. I need something to do. I can find pictures of my fingernails like looking for shapes in the clouds. If you're not a nail person, I sound crazy right now. But if you are a nail person, you know that sometimes, you don't realize the light turned green or something when you're driving because you're just looking at how pretty or sparkly your nails are. Okay, and then we're gonna do, this one's already really busy, so no tree. I picked just a shimmery one. This would be a good one to patch on the sides, but as we saw, I can patch after and it's gonna blend just fine if I need to, but it may work. Okay. Yeah, I think it's gonna work okay without doing the little side patch. Anyway, that's one of my favorite tricks. Ooh, that's gorgeous. I really like this overlay. So this the set, well, aliens in general, and then like the beaming up reminds me I have a brother-in-law, and I guess he's gone to a few Pate nights with his wife, and he always puts he'll do what the teacher does, but then he'll add like an alien spaceship like beaming up a human or a cow or whatever in the picture, and they have some of that art hanging in their house. We went to visit him a few weeks ago, and that's kinda like his thing. He just adds aliens, and I love that. So fun. So just yeah, it's just fun. You have, like you still have your nice picture, right? But then just got a fun little Easter egg there. I need to move my camera up. Oh, I just bumped you, I'm sorry. Kinda low. So today's been a pretty satisfyingly productive day. Slept in a little bit Saturday, and then I don't love this the most over the like the tree, over the purple, it's fine. I kind of figured that it would be kind of dark. Anyway, I slept in a little bit. My baby was kind of a turd last night. Woke up at like 1:30, and so I was like, "Oh, I'm dying. I'm so tired." And then he woke up at well, maybe it was like 1 he woke up, and then again at like 2:30, and I was like, "Okay, now I'm really dying." But then he slept in until like 9 or so, and so I did get some sleep in there. And then got up and I had made like a pretty good to-do list, and I'm like, because yesterday I was so tired yesterday. I slept in and then I still, when afternoon came, I know I really need a nap when nothing sounds fun. Not doing my nails, not crafting, not getting stuff on my to-do list. Like if nothing sounds fun, I'm like, I need a nap. And that's how yesterday was. So I did, I took a nap, and but basically I didn't get anything done pretty much all day. And so today I made like a pretty good to-do list and order priority. And I'm like, I'm doing it. Drink some caffeine and I'm doing it. Going. And if I can't get something done at the moment, I skip to the next thing. Like, shoot, sorry. Bumped you again. It's been pretty productive. That always feels good. I think what really made it productive is I had to go deliver something to a neighbor this morning. So I had my, as soon as I got my breakfast, got laundry running, I went on a walk to deliver that. And in that time, my toddler finished breakfast, my husband got him dressed, and then he went downstairs where all the kids' toys and play stuff is and was just playing. And so when I got back, he was occupied. I made sure I didn't talk loud enough that he would hear me, and I just cruised through a bunch of stuff because there's just so many. If he sees me, he just wants to be right by me. Makes it really hard to focus on anything that takes a little bit of brain power. And the stuff I had, I just had like a lot of little things on the computer, like signing up for parent-teacher conferences and, things that take a little bit of thought. They're hard to do when you have a little one right there, but are really fast if you don't. Okay, let's do this side on this hand just for balance because I did the one that has more tree on the other purple. I don't think it really matters, but may as well. Switch it up. Hopefully these glow really well and just last until after Halloween. And then I have some fun fall, November-ish, brownish, some polka dots planned, some fun things I'm really excited about, but I think I might take a break and just do that really basic but very pretty sparkly pink, just like single set. That's what I'm craving right now. It may change, but I can't put that on Halloween week. Glow nails are fun when you're out at night, especially if you find like a black light. A lot of times haunted houses will have them. I did have my glow nails on last night, the ones that got kind of blocked from the orange that I put over it, because I'm kind of a ding dong and forgot about that. Um, we did go through a haunted house at Lagoon, and I was like, oh, I forgot to look, because that was the main thing I wanted to see if they would glow in the black light. And my sweet husband, he's like, I was watching, there weren't any black lights in the haunted house we went on. The one that I know has, there's one that's like circus clown themed, which is the least scary of all of them, unless you're like really afraid of clowns, then it wouldn't be. But that's the one that my kids are usually okay with. It's not too bad, and they're usually pretty nice if you have kids with you, right? They're not doing a ton of jump scares, and they kinda tone it back a little bit when they see you've got kids with you. Anyway, that one has a lot of black lights, but that is not the one we did, and I've done that one already this year, so such a fun design. What do they call it? An oil drop, oil something? Yeah, let's switch it again to the other end, so I have more variety. No, I really liked Pilly. It seemed to hold up pretty well. I think I'm still experimenting, obviously, and kind of perfecting. Well, I've used it once, so there's no perfecting. I'm figuring out what methods work best for me. But I think that's going to be really promising. Oh yeah, I forget the other end is really big. That's crazy how big of a difference that makes. Literally big. See how much extra I have there. Oh, yeah, look, that looks like a little alien right there. Fun, fun. Yeah, our date yesterday was fun. We left the kids at my sister's and we rode a lot of them that I haven't ridden yet this season. A lot of the big ones I've kind of been craving. And then they announced they're closing one of their really old coasters. This is its 49th year. Been all over the news here, and anyone who's a like a coaster enthusiast, those type of pages too, because it's a Schwarzkopf. It's a German maker classic. That's who the park bought the ride from. And they actually have 2 in their park. They have the Colossus Fire Dragon, which is a double loop coaster, and then they have the other one, the Jetstar. We rode both yesterday. Jetstar was just for old time's sake, but that thing, it's kinda brutal. Like, you're just kinda, like, strapped. It's just seat belts. It's rough. And so there's a reason I don't ride it very often. So I'm doing my trick. This is, like, the ideal way to do it. You get your little side strip, lay it down on the edge, And then this is probably enough to do on the other side, honestly. You just need a little bit to kind of like make your cover your nail better, cover those edges. This isn't too mangled. Okay. And then after that, you're able to stick a strip that's too small. Hopefully I made those wide enough. Let's see. Did I not? This is a pretty wide. So that's gonna go there. If I cut, oh yeah, if I do in the middle, I think that's enough, probably, I hope. If not, as we saw, it was working fine to stick it over top. It wasn't too noticeable. So using the widest part of the strip. Yeah, I think that, ooh, just perfect. Smush it down. Perforate it. Anyway, this coaster, so you go up like a spiral track to get to the top, and then you race around, and you're like in almost like toboggans. Your seatbelt is just a seatbelt that goes across the front of you, and there's no single rider, so you're like sitting on the same little section of seats. Like my husband was here, and I was sitting like right in front of him. And it's just like violent because you go racing around this track, and then that last there's a. I'm gonna cut this one just a little wider, so there's no. So we're not worried about not having enough. Anyway, that last little bit or where they break you, oh my gosh, it's intense. I learned, you see these stop signs coming and you're like, "Hey, it's coming." As a kid, my sister, she smacked her head into my brother's head, like her face. Oops. He was riding in front of her. And so I know it's coming. I braced myself. I ended up like I was standing, not standing straight up, but like I was up on my feet. My butt was out of the seat. And then the seat belt, for whatever reason, kind of went up on my stomach. And I was like, oh no, now I have internal injury, organ damage, internal organ injury. I think I'm fine, but it's just rough. And like the number of comments or the people who are the saddest are the chiropractors. Because it was fun. It's a classic. It'll be sad to have it go, but at the same time, every time I ride it, I'm like, okay, am I gonna get injured this time? And hopefully it's not too crazy of an injury. But it's always sad to see. Yes, I've been riding that my whole life. Many people have been riding it much longer. It's been in operation since 1976. But they did say there will be a worthy successor. So I'm curious to see what they have planned. It's been kind of fun. I think for a while it was kind of just the same park, kind of just went with things, but they've been doing a lot to really try and put in new rides, and they've done a ton. They have one of the biggest family areas and just family friendly rides of amusement parks. So that's really nice. And they've done a really good job of even some of like the bigger coasters they've built. They make them so you can ride them together as a family. Like one of their bigger ones, you only have to be 36 inches. So usually like a 2-year-old is tall enough for that, 2 or 3-year-old. And they have a couple of coasters at least that are like that are still fun for adults. And then they've done a lot of their kiddie rides. They're less fun for adults, but they've made them so an adult can get on with their kid, which is just nice. It's kind of a unique thing, I feel like, and maybe that's kind of where all things are going. Okay, I think that's done. So this is what I have left of that Nightmare Land overlay. I can't see anywhere else to stick. Like I could add a tree or something, nah, I think unfortunately those are just gonna hang out as leftovers and we'll see if I use them for anything. But let's move things out of the way and have a look. I can try. It is afternoon. It looks a little overcast out there, so we can try turning off the lights, but I don't think we're gonna get a glow. They should be charged though here under my light. Yeah, I think I like these. These are gonna be I think I'm into the non-traditional Halloween colors. Okay, let's see if we get any kind of glow. I'm not hopeful. And I feel like it almost thought about it, but if I can get a cool glow video, I'll add it onto the end of this. Otherwise, I'll try to at least get good pictures. So hopefully these should glow. Well, anyway, thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys have a very happy Halloween. That's a lot of fun. Or, just cozy and comfy at home if that's your drive too. So, but I hope it's a good one. And I'll catch you guys next time.